There's kind of a cliche of YouTube video creators having to show themselves making coffee before they get to the point of their video, and I'm going to tell you exactly why they do it. Now, this is the part of the video where I'm supposed to play some funky beats in the background while I show you a video montage of me preparing and drinking coffee. However, I don't drink coffee, so instead, I'm just going to get to the point. I don't know how common this is in other YouTube niches, but in the film and video production community, it's really common for a video to start with the content creator showing themselves making coffee. And it's not always literally making coffee. Sometimes it's figuratively making coffee. They're doing some routine thing. Maybe they're going to the post office to drop something off, or they're picking up a package, or they're running to the store to buy something. But it's some mundane thing that's part of their everyday life. And they show this before they get to the reason that you actually came to the video based on the title and the thumbnail. So why do they do this? Well, it turns out it's kind of a powerful hack that lets them accomplish two things at the same time. The first thing is simply that it extends the watch time of the video. If you're willing to hang on for a few extra minutes before they get to the point, YouTube picks up that you're watching for a longer duration of time, and it assumes that must be a better video and it wants to show it to more people. Matti, Haapoja, for example, recently released a video about switching from Canon to Sony. That's a big attention-grabbing topic, so a lot of people clicked on it wanting to hear more about that. However, the first almost 6 minutes of the video are about him playing around with an FPV drone and crashing it. Even if a lot of people get bored and skip ahead, whatever amount of that 6 minutes that they actually watch will count toward that video's watch time. The actual content part of the video is about 8 minutes long, so on average, maybe people watch 4 minutes of that. But if he's got a long intro and people watch at least some of that, it could push his average watch time up from 4 minutes to maybe 5 or 6 minutes, which is a massive increase and will trigger YouTube to promote his video more widely in people's recommended videos. Now, if average watch time were the only reason that people did this, that's still a pretty compelling reason, and you'd still see a lot of people doing this. However, there's another reason that you see this so often. Giving your viewers a peek behind the scenes into your everyday life helps them start to feel like they know you. It feels intimate. It's like they're there with you while you're getting ready to make the episode. Obviously, you don't learn a ton about a person from watching them make coffee or whatever, but it feels like you learn more about their life, their personality, their preferences, and so on. It's more of a personal connection. You know something about them. Often, people wind up on YouTube because they're specifically looking for information about something, or because they just saw a compelling title and thumbnail and clicked to get the punchline. Either way, by default, most people are just there for the payoff. It's transactional. This video is a good example. You probably don't know or care who I am or about my everyday life. You saw something interesting on YouTube and you clicked it, and as soon as you get that information, and as soon as I stop talking, you'll bounce and go somewhere else. However, that starts to change when you start to feel like you know the creator a little bit on a personal level. It becomes relational instead of transactional. You're more willing to hang out for a few minutes and just chill with them, instead of just waiting for them to immediately get to the point. And for full-time YouTubers, that relationship translates into revenue. The more you watch of the videos, the more YouTube's going to recommend them. The more YouTube recommends them, the more views they get, the more ad clicks they get, the more revenue they receive in their pocket. That's not a bad thing. That's just how it works. That's their job, and they're trying to do it well. And I don't mean to be cynical about this. There really is some good community building effect to this kind of footage where you're showing behind the scenes of your everyday life. And we need more personal connections like that, not fewer. And for the creator, it just gives them an opportunity to show something fun and different instead of just sitting in front of a camera regurgitating information, like I'm doing. Now, does this mean you should start padding your videos with mundane content about your everyday life? Maybe, maybe not. For one thing, if you're a smaller YouTube creator like I am, there's a decent chance that people don't know you or care about you enough to want to sit through your everyday activities. McKinnon, with 5 million subscribers, has enough people invested in him that he could probably just stare at the camera for 10 minutes straight and still get a ton of views on it. By comparison, at the time I'm recording this, I have 800 something subscribers, and this video might top out at 150 or maybe 200 views. So I just don't have the kind of audience that's going to want to see me go get my groceries before I sit down to make a video. In fact, if you're still watching this, you're actually in the minority. Half the people who clicked on this video are probably gone by now. And another reason to consider not putting that kind of content in your video is that some people just get really annoyed with it. I often wind up watching YouTube videos on a smart TV where it's actually a little harder to click around and skip the things you don't want to see. So when I start watching a video and it's got 6 minutes of coffee making before someone gets to the thing I actually clicked on it for, there's a good chance I just back out and wind up not coming back to that video. I'll go find another video that gets to the point. Sometimes I'm in the zone to watch that stuff, sometimes I'm not. So it's kind of a conundrum. It can actually really help your stats or it can hurt it. It just kind of depends on what your audience is looking for. However, there's one factor that's more important than all of those put together, which is that it's your channel. Do what you want. Maybe it's for fun, maybe it's an experiment, maybe it's for practice, but if you feel like you want to put that stuff in your video, go ahead and do it. The only way you're going to find viewers who want the kind of stuff you're creating is if you create the kind of stuff you want to create. If you're just creating videos for the algorithm, you'll miss out on all that. You'll bring the wrong people to your channel and you'll miss out on the people that you would really enjoy having as part of your community. I'm James Archer and I make videos about making videos. This was one of them. I have others.